Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky. We are doing a day of table talk, and I'm asking everyone to weigh in on their opinions with their topics and my topics. And hey, everyone, David Goldman stepping in for table talk today. How are you, buddy?
Great. Halloween is terrific.
Are you upset? Are you upset that you didn't get to dress up?
Yes, I'm. As everybody here knows, I love dressing up for Halloween.
On the weekend, you did a bit of a fancy dress number. You went as Richard Simmons.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it was very funny.
It was a great time in my life, and it would have only been better today if we were all dressed up.
Yes.
No.
Well, what's that character? Is it Grinch that doesn't like Christmas?
Yes.
I'm like that for Halloween, people.
You're the Halloween Grinch.
Halloween Grinch. Hey, maybe we could take a shot of some of the things on the set. I had our interns yesterday come up and decorate our set for us.
They did a fabulous
They
job.
did a fantastic job.
I like it.
It was their first time at decorating their set, and they were like, Troy, we don't know what to do. I said, Dal, make it cheap and tacky. That'll be perfectly fine.
Just like you.
Just like me, cheap and tacky. Oh, thank you, Miss Kate. Again, a voice of reason. Happy Halloween.
A lot of love in the Halloween.
The loving end of the table. Okay. Look, I wanted to kick the show off and show you, talk to you about something that is a bit of an elephant in the room. And it all came up about yesterday with the Harvey Weinstein scandal, and many more accounts of sexual harassment have been uncovered most recently regarding actor Kevin Spacey. And is Spacey using homosexuality as a shield? Take a look at this.
I know exactly what they need.
More sexual assault allegations in Hollywood, this time against House of Cards star Kevin Spacey.
Why the hell am I still living here?
Anthony Rapp, star of Rent and Star Trek Discovery, told BuzzFeed the actor made a sexual advance toward him in 1986 when he was just 14 years old and Spacey was 26. Rapp says when they were both working on Broadway, Spacey invited him to a party, and when everyone left, Spacey put him on a bed and lays on top of me, pressing into me. But after a short period, Rapp was able to squirm away. Spacey posted a statement on Twitter saying he was horrified but doesn't remember the encounter, adding, "I owe him the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior." He then turned to the subject of his sexuality, saying, "I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man." The two-time Oscar Award winner now facing backlash. Critics say he shifted the focus from the alleged abuse of a child to his sexuality.
It seems that he's used coming out as a deflection technique, as if the community might suddenly rally around him, but we won't be used as a shield to deflect from alleged misconduct.
Comedian Wanda Sykes tweeting, "You do not get to choose to hide under the rainbow." Netflix and the studio behind House of Cards say they are deeply troubled by the accusations against Spacey.
Okay, I wanted to show that clip because there's been a lot of the conversation in regards to Harvey Weinstein and his victims that he is allegedly attacked or raped or had misconduct with. I want to get your opinion on what you think of this, and with Kevin Spacey coming out with the statements after watching that clip.
Before even seeing that clip, when I read that tweet, that's exactly what I thought. I thought he was hiding behind the rainbow of coming out and being a gay man. I felt like he was brushing the whole incident of the alleged attack toward that boy.
30 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was using that as a shield. I felt the same way when I read it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who feels any differently. I actually think everyone online, everyone when you watch on TV say it's completely two separate issues.
Right.
This alleged misconduct and your sexuality, and I think just everyone sees it as a way of deflecting. He's just
it was
using it as a shield.
unbelievable. It was unbelievable how he used drunken behavior. You know, like it was just this. Oh, you know, it was just drunken behavior.
Yeah, it was
no.
a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, it was a 14-year-old boy. No, you're an adult, and you shouldn't have even, the boy shouldn't have even been at the party, quite honestly. I mean, if there was that much alcohol to where Kevin Spacey supposedly couldn't even be coherent enough to remember the event, then why was this boy there?
The fact that he even
planned.
just hit, I owe him the deep, sincerest apology, and then he's like, but anyways, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
I think, again,
he pulled a Trump.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, calling him.
Look, here's the thing. I think if Kevin had just said the first part of the statement by saying, look, I really don't remember it. it was 30 years ago. If he had led with that and stayed there and did his apology, I don't know the laws whether he can be held accountable 30 years later.
No, you cannot. No.
So it wouldn't have gone any further. He could have really shined a light on this of maybe, you know, maybe he was drunk. He didn't know whether he was drunk or not, but he did say it was a drunken occasion.
No, he said if it happens. We still don't know that happened.
Yeah, we still don't know that.
So we
But
can't assume
obviously,
that something happened.
I agree, because it's allegedly.
Yeah.
But obviously, there is a little smoke there somewhere because he didn't deny it all either.
He didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Do you feel differently? That he
Well, I
did
just think
deny
there's
it?
like 3 separate issues. It's just crude in the way he approached it.
Yeah.
He blamed it on it maybe drunken behavior, but because he might just be brushing it off, maybe we just don't know what happened. So I don't want to make an insensitive comment, but maybe that wasn't really the interaction. We just don't know. The point is he kind of made it in jest, addressing it, where even if you didn't do it, it's very serious allegations. It's not something to joke about.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to bring that up is because, and I want to be really open and honest, and I want you to be as well as my team, because a lot of people think pedophilia is related to homosexuality, and that, you know, there is that stereotype out there, everyone, let's be open about that, that people think that if you're a gay man, they don't want their sons around you. And I think what he did by saying what he did was, and now I'm gay, blah, 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 it just sends everything back again to, with all the fight that's happened and all the progression that we've made, you know, for all races, sexuality and all those sorts of things. And I think a lot of the gay community have come out and shunned him as well and said, listen, no, because you have just now basically putting back into place what people think about transgender people, that you go to a bathroom with a transgender person, they're going to touch your kids. Like, these are just unfactual information.
Right. I love how the gay community has come out and really, I mean, some of them have been pretty vicious against him, actually.
And as it should be, because you made a sweeping statement. And I'm glad you guys came out.
And I actually love that it's not, I wouldn't even say it's just, oh, I'm so happy to see the gay community coming out. It's really just the community in general. Everyone is speaking out saying it was wrong to associate his sexuality with those allegations. So it's great that the gay community is doing it too, but I like just seeing that everyone, no matter your sexuality, is agreeing that that was just not an appropriate statement to make.
Yeah, and I think it just makes it a little bit hard on, you know, kids that are coming out, and it's just, again, another issue that they now are talking about. But look, I think to myself, all these allegations coming out about Weinstein, and then you've got the people from Amazon, it's really difficult to take on, and it is all out there, and it's all getting a little bit messy.
I think the fact that people are also bringing up stuff from 30 years ago, which it's like, hey,
is important.
It is important, and I want, you know, hopefully this gives people the power to maybe make a stand today, but at the same time, like, you know, what people remember 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, now we're talking about remembering 30 years ago, and this obviously would traumatize anybody, right? But in the big picture, it's just, I think we need to be a little bit more, let's talk about what happened immediately. Let's fight it now.
And is it Rose Byrne? Is it Rose Byrne, the gal that's leading
McGowan?
Rose McGowan. Like, she really went to town yesterday on Spacey. And I don't know, I just feel it's getting a little bit messy, and we're losing the focus on, you know, the Weinstein thing, and now we've got the Spacey thing, and then we had the, you know, I think it's important to discuss, but it's just all getting a bit messy.
Well, I like that there are so many examples coming up, because now it's not just these Hollywood examples. I know so many friends in their different places of business that now allegations are coming out, or people are speaking up against authority or sexual harassment that is in their workplace, and they're not in Hollywood, or they're not anything, and now they feel like they can bring it up, and it's your friend, your neighbor, your anyone. So I like it.
I agree. Hey everyone, we're starting a new giveaway. If you love Kelly Clarkson. We'd like to give you the chance to win a Grammy Award-winning singer's latest full-length record, Meaning of Life.
And if you'd like to snag this record, all you have to do is go over to the Midday Kentucky Facebook page right now, like, share, or comment on the post. We're about to put it up here in this break, and we will choose 2 lucky winners a day for whoever, again, likes, shares, or comments on the post. You have until 5 o'clock.
So head over to Midday Kentucky Facebook and see if you can score yourself Kelly Clarkson's Meaning of Life, and we will be giving away 2 a day until September 4th, so stay tuned for your chance to win.
September 4th?
September 4th. How about
November
December?
4th.
Yeah, we're going to do November.
I think it's November 4th,
Are we
everyone.
going to do November?
Yeah, I think it's...
Well, stick around. We have much more table talk on this Halloween coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro of the Becker Law Office. Imagine for a moment you're in a car going 45 miles per hour without a seatbelt. This is you, by the way, and another car is heading right for you. Stay tuned.
If you have arthritic knee pain that's stopping you from enjoying life, this new information about osteorelief could be for you. Specially trained local doctors are now using advanced medical science to finally make headway for people suffering from knee arthritis pain. It may even be for those who suffer from bone-on-bone and are considering knee replacement surgery. Are you one of the millions of Americans who have difficulty with simple everyday tasks, rising from a chair, walking, climbing stairs without using the handrail? If so, the OsteoRelief method utilizes cutting-edge video motion imaging. With this imaging, these doctors can precisely guide an FDA-approved cushioning gel to relieve pain and help heal your knees. This innovative procedure is covered by Medicare and most major insurance if you qualify. And you'll be walking out in as little as 15 minutes. For a limited time, these specially trained doctors are offering a risk-free screening. Call to schedule your knee relief screening today.
I fell in love with dancing when I was a little girl. Recently, I got a chance to rediscover how fun it is to keep on dancing. Now you can see who keeps on dancing by entering for a chance to go to ABC's Dancing with the Stars at keepdancingnow.com.
Sponsored by Muirbetrick. When our Social Security disability clients come to our office, they tell us the government said, "I don't believe you. You're not disabled."
When it's you against the government, you want an experienced attorney.
One who believes in your case, who believes in you.
Most people who apply for benefits are initially denied.
To fight back, you need Kentucky courage.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast toll-free 1-800-55-WILDCAT. There's no fee unless you win benefits.
Starting the week of November 6th, watch Good Day Kentucky every day for your chance to win a pair of tickets to America's biggest rock holiday tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Ghost of Christmas Eve. Tune in to ABC 36 at 9 a.m. for Good Day Kentucky and watch for the cue to call. Third caller wins a pair of tickets to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra at Rupp Arena November 30. Register at WTVQ.com to win the grand prize. Tickets for 4 and a $200 gift card. Watch and win only on ABC 36.
Where were we? Oh, yeah. Imagine if that had been you. Always wear your seatbelt. But if you've been injured in an accident, call us. We'll help you get all you deserve. Just dial 3s.
Hey, welcome back here to Midday Kentucky. We are all so excited for Halloween, and of course that's not just for the human costumes. We love the dog and the cat and the pet costumes. And we're hoping some viewers, if you have cute little dogs or cats you've dressed up at home, post the pictures to our Midday Kentucky Facebook page. We'd love to see them, but I had to share with everyone this dog that is going viral on Facebook. That's a dog. What?
Are you sure?
Oh, going as a mop for Halloween. There are a couple pictures.
That is
Look
hilarious.
at the tongue. I love it. This is my favorite dog costume I think I've ever seen.
But it's a real dog.
Yeah, look, there's his face.
Needs a clip.
So cute. We have some other ones to scroll through.
The Wookiee.
Princess Leia?
It's one of those little bears, those little...
I couldn't work out what we were looking at. Was it Princess Leia? Or
Oh,
It is,
that's
Princess
a cute
Leia.
one.
Yeah,
And we have a
cute,
couple
cute.
more to show you.
Aww.
I don't get what that is.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
What?
I don't get that.
Because he broke out of prison. He's a little prisoner.
Lion King.
Little Lion King. I like that.
I love those.
No,
Aw.
look, we should have just shown the first one. It was the best one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, look at
Oh,
King
King
Tut.
Tut. Actually,
King
that's
Tut,
pretty
I
funny.
mean, come on. These are really awesome. So I love those cute dogs dressed up. If you have any at home, please post a picture on the Midday Kentucky Facebook page. But you know, Lisa, we like the wine.
A little bit.
So maybe on Halloween, you may need a glass or two. So I wanted to find wine pairings. I came across this post on Huffington Post.
Nice.
And this gives you the best wine pairings for some candy. So the first one is Three Musketeers. They say it does best with a sparkling, this is a sparkling white wine. So they said any sparkling white wine would pair well with, what did you say is on the inside yesterday, Lisa? Nougat?
Nougat.
That's what it's called? Yeah. So apparently that pairs well with the sparkling wines.
Nice.
Kit Kat. This is my favorite Halloween candy, and I love Pinot Noir. So I think while I'm waiting for the trick-or-treaters tonight, I may have a
Do you
Kit
think
Kat
they'll
and a
knock on
glass
your
of
door?
Pinot Noir.
Katie, that is hilarious.
Well, I'm going to Poppy's house.
Oh, man one.
Man friend one's house. Candy. And next is Starburst. This is with Moscato, they say. I think that would be a little sweet.
It would be a bit
Be like
sweet.
sweet
Yeah.
overload.
I think I would maybe do a Pinot Noir or a Pinot.
Yeah.
You're distracting me now. You can read it.
But what would we put with a Moscato, though? What candy could we put with that if we didn't use Starburst, though? Let's think about that.
Look at you all.
I was going to say
Twizzlers.
Sauvignon Blanc, but
Oh, well, that would be good.
And the next one is the Twizzlers. So they say a good rosé with Twizzlers. And last but not least, Hershey. They recommend you pair it with a Syrah. So
I've never had a
Lisa, what
Syrah.
is your favorite candy, and what would you pair?
Oh, wow. You know what? I love Reese Cups, really. But I don't know what I would pair with that.
I don't know. It has the
A glass
Hershey in
of
it, so
water?
maybe the
Maybe
Syrah
like
too.
I'd go back to the
white
Pinot.
Zinfandel, maybe?
Oh, that would be good.
Again, this is so sweet.
All right, well, let's move along now. We've got you drunk with your candy. And let's talk about this story that you came up with, David, about a referee that, two referees that were walking off the pitch.
You know, we've had players protest, band protest, cheerleader protest, and now something completely new. We've got some referees protesting. This past week on Friday at a high school game, two of the protesters, they were actually a father and a son. After the kids had kneeled during the anthem, the referees protested that they didn't agree with what they were doing, and they walked off the game. And it just, everybody went up in arms. They're like, you know, you're supposed to be an official. You're supposed to do your job. Now
Lead by example as well.
Lead by the example. And one of the coaches said that it was disgusting that they were yelling at the kids, calling these 14 and 15-year-olds disgraceful, and saying that, you know, they weren't going to participate. And the coach was like, you know, first of all, you're yelling at kids. You know, these are young kids, really aging from.
But they were protesting first by bending the knee.
The kids were, right, by protesting. But the thing of it is again, a protest, everybody's like, well, they shouldn't do it there and they shouldn't do it there. Nobody is protesting somewhere that it's acceptable, or it really wouldn't be a protest, right? You know, so I think it's like, they said they had a right to protest, but everybody's up in arms that.
Well, what happened to the referees? Were they fired? Were they?
They lost their jobs for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're accepting consequences too, and they're like, well, we're not going to agree with this.
Right.
And I don't know their background, maybe if they served or not, or who knows.
Right.
But the big picture is that I think that these referees did have the right to protest, even though it disrupted a game and maybe caused a little havoc.
Protesting? They just walked off and now they've been fired.
Well, they're
Is that a
protesting.
protest?
They're protesting the protest. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think they have every right to do that.
They do too.
But then you reap
Accept
the
consequences.
repercussions. So if you're fired or you're suspended for the rest of the season, that's what you take on, you know, for your point or whatever you're standing up for. So I totally agree with what they did, but I agree with the consequences.
Let's be the devil's advocate here then. If they got fired for what they did for their protest, then what's going to happen to the ones that are kneeling during the national anthem?
But they're not doing their
Maybe they should get fired.
I mean,
they're 14.
honestly, I mean, that's
Well,
kind
yeah,
of...
it's a school
it's
sport.
kids. And the other thing is that, you know, it's like they could have turned their back to them or done something, but they just kind of, they also left their job duties, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't fulfill their job duties. These kids and even these athletes, they're still playing the game at the end of the day. They're like, you know, we're going to play, but during this anthem, we're just trying to take a peaceful protest and turn our head. But,
I got you.
But that's where I think the big picture is.
We have to go.
I know.
I know. I'm sorry, David. Hey, more hot topics after the break, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky.